Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. In case you don't know, I am a professor of finance, and I also wrote a book years ago called Financial Lovemaking that talks about the intersection between love and money and how a lot of us make huge mistakes when it comes to love and money. So, what I thought I would do today, as a service to you guys, is to share with you a few things, 5 things that that I've noticed in terms of ways ladies can tell if their man is going to be an economic success. I remember when I was in school and I was in grad school, I was broke as a joke. I had gotten evicted from my apartment. I didn't have a lot of money in my pocket. But even back then, there were things that I was doing at that time that was going to lead me to a better economic place. And so I think that there are people, a lot of times we might overlook those guys that are going to be doing well versus those guys who are pretending to do well. You see, there's a lot of people that like to fake it till they make it, and then they never make it, so they just spend their whole lives faking it. And you don't want a person like that, ladies. I'm telling you. And also, as a father, I have daughters, and I school them on the game on a regular basis. So let me just break some things down to you. I'm gonna get professorial with you real quick. The first thing you want to look for in a man to determine if he's going to be economically successful is listen to his goals. If you it literally simple questions like, so what do you think? What do you think your future is going to be like? Where are you going to be in 5 years? People that tend to be successful have very specific goals a lot of times, or they'll have goals that are that make sense, that are tangible, that like for example, they may just say, my goal is to be an engineer, or my goal is to run my own business, my goal is to become a captain in the Air Force, whatever it is. They have goals. So I personally believe that a person who has goals and specific goals is usually more successful than a person who either has no goals or very broad, ambiguous goals. Broad, ambiguous goals might be like, I want to be rich one day. That ain't a goal. That's just a dream. That's a fantasy. If you don't have a plan to connect to that goal, then that's almost like saying, I want to get from here to Hawaii, but I don't have an airplane and I don't know where a bridge is located that'll get me across to that island. Second thing is that you can do to figure out if a man's going to be an economic success is just let him talk. I told my daughter one time, I said, look, people will tell on themselves if you just let them talk. And they also like you more if you let them just ramble on and on and on and on and on about their thoughts and feelings and dreams and everything else. And it's fine. I mean, that self snitching is beneficial to you if you can open your ears and just kind of, we all shut it down a little bit. And this is true for men as well. Just shut it down, listen, let them talk, and then they will tell you almost everything you need to know about who they are, where they're going, what they're trying to become, where their lives are going to go. So if you listen to a man talk, you can tell a man who's going to be wealthy by how he talks about money. When money comes up, wealthy men I've seen, when they talk about money, they talk about it in terms of potential investments they can make, right? Or they talk about, the return on their portfolio. They talk about, the fact that they put so much in their savings account, or they want to invest in this construction project or whatever it is. Guys who tend to end up broke, even guys who make a lot of money, I'm talking about even professional athletes, when they talk about money, they're talking about what they want to buy, right? They're like, oh, I want that, I want that whip. I can't wait. It's only 80,000. I want that car, or I want to go buy this Gucci belt, or whatever. And the thing about it is that it's not to say that a person can't be financially successful if they also have extreme, materialism, because it's possible. The idea is that you just have to make more money than you spend, right? You have to make enough money to support that lifestyle. The problem is that there are a lot of people who have a lifestyle that's here and an income that's here. And so financial freedom isn't about just being super wealthy. Financial freedom is about being able to afford the lifestyle that you feel that you need to have and to still be financially secure, where you're not stressed out, overworked, staying up at night, bumming money off people, going deep in debt just to maintain a lifestyle that you can't afford. So financial freedom does not always have to do with how much money you have. It has to do with whether you can handle the load that you've chosen to carry. Some people carry a huge load and they carry a huge load and they can't hold it up. It's too much. The third thing you can do is watch his actions. People are not what they say they are. People are what they do. Right, that's just what I believe. For example, when I was much bigger, I run now, and we've been losing weight for the last couple of years. But when I was bigger, if you'd ask me, are you losing weight? I'd say yeah. If you'd ask me, are you exercising? I'd be like, yeah, I plan to exercise, you know, and I still wouldn't do it though. I would never do what I said I was going to do. And so it wasn't until my actions and my words started to sync up that I actually became a person worth listening to when it came to weight loss. So the same thing is true when it comes to financial intelligence and responsibility. People are not just what they say. Like somebody might tell you, oh yeah, I plan to invest. Oh yeah, I plan to build wealth. Yeah, I plan to do this. I plan to do that. But if they're not doing it, then they ain't doing it. If they're not doing it, then that's not who they are, right? Maybe that could be who they are one day, but a lot of people do a whole lot of talking and a lot less doing than talking. Rich people tend to be people that are able to say they're going to do something and actually do it, and that's just part of an honor code in terms of I think how a man should conduct himself. If you say you're going to do it, you got to do it. And so, but all of us fall short of the grace of greatness every now and then. So it's not to say people don't make mistakes, but you got to look out for that kind of thing. Watch how he spends money when he goes out. If he spends it like it's going out of style, be careful, because that's a guy, unfortunately, who may end up in bad financial situations. Or if he's quick to whip out that credit card to impress you, don't get too impressed. Enjoy the meal, enjoy the gift, whatever it is that you're getting out of the situation, but just be thoughtful about what you might be tying yourself into. The fourth area, excuse me, that I've noticed about men who are going to be economically successful is that they tend to have a lot of training or education, or they're gaining training and education, or they're obsessed with getting more of it. Why is that important? Well, because people who build wealth understand that skill is connected to riches. The more skill you have, the more money you get. People give you money for basically fulfilling a need. So if you are a person who can fulfill a need, if you are a person who can get out here and do some plumbing for somebody, or you're an engineer and you can do engineering for a company, or you are working on that master's degree and you can go and work for this corporation and get all this money with your master's degree, well, or start your own business, whatever it is. People like that tend to do better economically. People who don't have skills and don't have training and don't value skills and training, unfortunately, on average, have a lot less money. So even if a young man's broke, if he's getting skills and getting training, he won't be broke for long, in my opinion. At least 9 times out of 10, he won't. The last piece you may want to look at is what does he actually own versus what does he pretend to own, right? So if he has a nice car, nice house, nice clothes, nice whatever, first of all, that says a lot. If he's accumulated like lots and lots and lots of expensive clothes, or drives a really expensive car, and his income doesn't correlate with the assets that he has or the things that he's bought, that tells you that maybe he's spending money on things that are not going to grow in value. But then you look at things like real estate. Or is he a renter or a buyer? If he is a renter, is he aiming to one day be a buyer? Because buyers become homeowners and they own assets. Renters give money away to a landlord for their entire life if they don't ever change their behavior. Is he invested in the stock market? That's another great indicator. The three things that make people rich in America are real estate, stocks and bonds, and entrepreneurship. Those are the 3 areas where people get an explosive growth in income. So if your man is either interested in or digging into or beginning the process in any of those 3 areas, there's a very good chance he's going to be economically secure and successful, as long as he doesn't go too deep in debt. And that's where things like student loans become an issue, things like that. So you may want to find out what his student loan levels are, because we got a lot of people that graduated from college who are making good money, but they're not going to do very well long term because the debt is so crippling. They become almost like the federal government. The federal government makes a lot of money, but the debt is so insanely high that they'll never repay that debt, and the interest payments will start to put pressure on the economy. So ultimately, the same thing can happen with an individual. The student loan debt becomes so extraordinarily high that even a person who has a high income, who isn't creative and doesn't have a strong wealth strategy, is never going to get past. Like they have a hard time moving to the future because they can't get past the past. So it doesn't mean you dump somebody because they have student loans. In fact, I'm not even telling you who to date. I'm telling you how to know what you're getting into. That's probably the number one thing I can probably do for you, and that's what I'm doing for you right now. So anyway, I'm out of here. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Feel free to first of all make sure you subscribe and like and share and all this other stuff with this video if you think it's helpful. Also, we have the Black Business School, and that is we have 80,000 students, and if you want to join the Black Business School, you can actually get started for free at theblackbusinessschool.com. That's theblackbusinessschool.com. Last but not least, we also have financial workbooks and financial flashcards for children. So if that's of interest to you and you want to teach your kids or your nieces, nephews, siblings, etc., about the fundamentals of wealth, please visit financialflashcards.com. That's financialflashcards.com or financialworkbooks.com. So we got a lot of stuff here that can show you everything you need to know about wealth, and I hope this video was helpful to you. I'll see you soon. Have a good day. Take care. Peace.